Hiral cracked open the door to the war room. That's what they were calling the space with the war table, and poked his head in. "Dad, you in here?" he asked, even as his sensory domain ballooned out ahead of him. Rejection gently pressed against everything as expansion carried it forward, painting a complete picture of the room's contents, like another sense. Expectedly, a reply came from the far side of the table. "Hiral?" Elazad asked, looking up from where he inspected the mapped-out rendition of the Cradle of Tomorrow. "Did you just get back?" Not even having finished his question, Hiral's father rounded the corner of the table and ushered his son to come in. Other than the two of them, the room was empty. Sure, there were chairs enough for the entire trust, the Council of Six that advised grandmother, their general, but none of them were present, and from the looks of the table with the spread of food, they hadn't been gone long. Hiral narrowed his eyes at his father. "You already knew I was back, and you kicked the others out?" He crossed his arms. "Nat and Millie said you did the same thing the first time they got back from a trial." His father paused mid-step, looking everywhere except directly at Hiral. The man's mouth opened, closed, then opened again. "So what if I did? You three are so popular right now, I hardly ever get any alone time with my kids." "I came to report on the trials we did," Hiral said, resisting the urge to sigh at his doting father's predictable antics. "Isn't this I don't know, an abuse of power or something?" "Sure," Elazad said, with a dismissive wave of his hand. "Aunt and Uncle were already complaining about taking a break," he said, referring to the two grower members of the trust, the pair that seemed to get along with everybody other than each other. "Fire said she was bored, and Celia wanted to talk to Burrs before he headed out." Those were the two Bonder representatives on the trust, which just left one more unaccounted for, the one Hiral actually trusted the least. "An impasse?" Hiral asked, the image of the Maker clear in his mind. The same image as the artist who'd ordered Hiral's death the first time he'd been on the surface. Sure, the man had a possible excuse of another shaper using an ability to copy his appearance, but nobody had been able to prove it one way or the other. That left Elazad keeping an eye on the man. "Wanted to talk to Elrolik when we got word you were all back," Elazad said. "News travels quickly around here," Hiral said. Elazad thumbed at the war table. "Only because we were looking at the table when you returned," he explained. "B-rank areas suddenly got more detailed, and we got information on the trials you found and completed." "Ah," Hiral nodded. "Of course. The war table was connected to their PIM somehow, so whenever a party or individual returned to the fortress, any areas they'd visited were updated on the map. And since we were the only B-rank groups out, it had to be you coming back." Elazad finished for him,